So this is the second time through the FMS. The second time I noticed that there wasn't so much of a butt wink. She still wasn't able to get a complete 3 out of it. But like I said, there was a reduced tight hamstring tightness, I feel like, and a little bit of better dorsiflexion, but still just not enough to get her to where she needed to be. This is from the front view. Previously, there was some kind of tilt onto the left side of her body, and this time I definitely see that she's more balanced and was able to get a little bit deeper without so much of an issue. Here on the board, we see that it's done fairly well. Again, not as much of a butt wink like last time. Here we kind of see that with that pelvic tilt. And here on the next video, I believe, yeah, so here again, from the front view, again, staying more balanced, staying more upright, and really being able to kind of power through it. That's what at least she felt like and what it did seem like. This is the step over. In the front view, the biggest issue from the first time through was that her leg was internally rotating as she would swing it over. And this time she was having enough, she had enough strength to really just kind of lift it straight up and over, straight up and over. So this was really well executed. Again, this was with no warm-up, just like the first time through, and no instruction other than just the verbal instructions that we were advised to give them. One thing I did kind of notice was that her ankle sometimes would turn a bit to get over, but see, we can kind of see it kind of plantar flex to kind of get over. But other than that, she's not leaning so much on one side. Her body's staying straight. She's able to balance very well here. Like I said, the leg is internally rotating and swinging over just to get it to the other side. And it was the same instructions given. So this one was where I could see a big improvement from the first time to the second time running through the FMS. Her lunge was very well executed the first time around, and the second time around it still looked very well. I think what I did see more was of a better upright position and more of a balance. She wasn't struggling as much, and definitely her legs weren't giving out like they kind of were in the first time, since she would say that the first time through doing the lunges kind of sucked. But here on the other side, it seemed very even. Like, again, wasn't compensating. This was very close to a 3 in my opinion. Maybe her knee traction could have been more vertical and not going so forward, but I think that's really nitpicking. But it seemed very well. And here, her shoulder mobility, this was her right hand, and again, she played softball, so her right arm is more mobile than her left, as you can see. This was the clearing test. No pain coming up. This first video I didn't include it. In the second one I included it. And here, another big difference that I saw. So she was able to go past the midline of her femur and without really moving the other hip. So there was definitely a dissociation, kind of the hips were now moving independently of each other, which I thought was very great to see. You can see that when she passes the pole is when the other leg kind of starts to lift and kind of turn a little bit. That also might have been just how forceful she was doing it, but here you can see that her hip and her leg is lifting up before she even gets to the pole. And on the other video, there was a towel, just because there's splinters, but it was a very thin towel. So you can see the towel there, but thin towel, not going to be hiding anything. Again, it was just mainly for splinters that was on the piece of the wood. Here, we didn't focus too much on upper strength, which might have been, my fault, or it was my fault, and we should have, but I was just mostly concerned with the lower body. I think that was more important for me. There was not discomfort in the upper body as there was in the lower body. Here another clearing test. And the core stability, again, I kind of write about in my training log that there were some issues and some ideas that I had with the core training, and I did mess up on it by not doing as much as I should have and experimenting with something, but that's what this project was for, and I saw that it didn't work, so I will learn that and continue improving on that. So here again, there wasn't great improvement from the first FMS, but like I said, core stability, for me, I will definitely continue to learn about it and to do more research and see what we can do. But on the training log, I kind of have a description of it, and just for the sake of time, for the video, I'll leave it in writing. Here, the final clearing test.